Morning, grade 7. Today we'll be learning about the area and the perimeter, on how to find an area of an object or the perimeter of an object. So first of all, it is important to understand what is area. Area is a total space taken up by a flat surface or a shape of an object. So that means, okay, definition is area. It is a total space taken by a flat surface of an object. Okay, for example, let us say I've got an object. Let us say this is my square. So when we're talking about area, which we say it's a total space, a surface area, like total flat space taken by a surface of an object, we're talking about the interior part of an object. So this is an area of a square. So when we move from there, talking about the perimeter, perimeter is the whole outer boundary or a whole outer distance of an object. It's a whole outer boundary or distance of an object or shape of a shape. Let me say shape. Okay, what does that mean? That means now a perimeter. If you take a distance from here to here, and here to here, here to here, back to this point, that is a perimeter. The whole distance from here to here, that's what we call a perimeter. So there are different formulas on how to find the area and how to find the perimeter. So on our today's lesson, the focus will be more on a triangle and a rectangle. So, for example, we got a triangle with a height and a base. So if you calculate the area of a triangle, the formula is area is equal to half times base times height. So whereby h is the height and b is the base. So that's when we're going to be plugging in the values. And then there is a perimeter. Now remember, we said like this formula we'll be using to calculate the area, which means the interior part, the whole interior part of a triangle. But now when we calculate the perimeter, the distance from this point up to this point again of this same triangle, that's when you're going to be saying perimeter is equals to, now let me just call this an r for some reason, just to give it a figure. I'm going to call this an r. So that's going to be equals to b of base and height plus r. So that's a perimeter of a triangle. This is an area of a triangle. So, and then we also got a rectangle. Okay, let me erase this. I'm going to keep these formulas here. Area of a triangle is 1/2 height times base. And then the perimeter is equal to height plus base plus r. And then we also got a rectangle, of which is our second main focus today. This is the shape of a rectangle. On a rectangle, we've got a length and a width. So whereby this side is equal to this side, and then the top side is equal to the bottom side. So that means the distance from here to here is still the same as the distance from here to here. And so is the distance from here to here is the same as the distance from here to here. So that means only if you only got these two values and this one, you also got the values of the top side and then the values of the right hand side. So to find the area of a rectangle, first of all, area is equal to length times width of a triangle, of a rectangle, sorry. So that means you're going to be multiplying this times that. Then you find the whole area, the whole interior part, flat surface of a rectangle. And then when you find the perimeter of a rectangle, so P will be equals to. So now remember, like we said, perimeter is the distance. So looking at this, we've got two sides that are equal. This length and that length, they are all equal. So you can just say 2 of length of this rectangle, because we've got two sides that are equal. So you're going to times this length times 2. And then we're going to say plus. We also got a width that is equal to this part. So this part is equal to this part. So plus 2 of this part as well. So it depends entirely up to how you want to write the formula. But what we can do, since we do have a common factor, of which is 2, we've got 2 length and 2 width. So you can just say, if you like, that's entirely up to you. You can say 2 into length plus width. That's still the same thing, depending on how you want to write it. So I'll also try to write this cleanly as well, to make sure that you see very well. Remember, this is for a triangle. And this area is equals to length times width. And then perimeter is equals to length or 2 length plus 2 width. So this one is a perimeter, it's a rectangle. Rectangle. Okay, so before we move any further, now that we understand what is area and what is perimeter, and how to find area and the perimeter of these two objects, we also got just few examples to make sure that you understand the content. So number one, the first example is find the area of a rectangle. So remember, we do have a formula here to find the area. So number one, what do we have here? We do have a length. So a distance from here to here. They said this is 12 meters, right? So let's just plug in the formula first. So to find the area of a rectangle, they said area is equal to half times base times height. So we do have base here, which is 12 meters. And then we do have a height of which is 11 meters. So all you're gonna do, you're just gonna take the formula and then you plug in the values, just as simple as that. So you're gonna say half times m, and then our base is 12, and then times our height is 11. So when you punch in your calculator, then you will find out that 1 or half times 12, that's gonna be 6. So 6 times 11, that's gonna be 66 meters. So you can prove by tapping in your calculator to make sure. But then still, half times 12, that's 6 times 11, that's 66. Okay, so if you want to calculate the perimeter, you're just going to take this formula as well. P is equals to H plus B plus R, whereby R is 26. So you're going to just plug in there and then you punch in the calculator, then you find the answer. So it's just as simple as that. But we're going to answer that if ever you've got some questions. And we've got the last example where we find the perimeter of a rectangle. Remember, we do have a formula to find the area. So you're going to just say area is equal to length times width, whereby you're going to say this is your length and then multiply by width. So you're going to be saying 14 times 6 to find an area. But according to an example there, they said you must find a perimeter. So the formula of a perimeter, remember, we've got P is equals to 2 into L times width. So remember, I told you you can keep it like 2L plus 2 width, it's up to you. But in this case, I'm choosing to put it this way. So remember, what is our length here? Our length is 14. So you're going to say 2 into 14. Now, sorry, this is a plus. I'm sorry for that. This is a plus. So it's going to be 14 plus 6. So remember, 14 plus 6 is equals to 20. So it's going to be 2 into 20. So 20 times 2, that is 40. So it's going to be 40 feet. So that is the perimeter of a rectangle. So up to this one, we have explained how to find this area and the perimeter. If any of you have some questions, you can direct them and then see where we can help you.